OG's gonna help us out, got his safety gear, gonna cut the piece of wood purely on battery, just see what happens with it. So yeah, this is pretty cool that this device can put out like 2200 watts. That's not very typical, I think, for this battery size. So I plugged in another battery and we're getting 2200 out. So it looks like about the top is 25, maybe 2600. It's beeping at me and getting mad. Yeah, there it goes. This is the DJI 1000 battery pack, solar generator, whatever you want to call that. You're gonna get two USB-A outputs, two USB-C inputs. I did have a problem with one of them, which we'll get to. You do have a input, regular 3-prong like you see, and you can select whether you want that to charge at 1200 or 600. I do kind of like the switch, but that doesn't give you like the progressive ones like you've been able to like do on some of the EcoFlows, where like you could do 200 watts, 300 watts, etc. I think Blue Yeti had that as well, but for the most part that gives you what you need, so you don't overload the circuit. Then you got these weird ports here. They call them SDC. And it's their like proprietary looking ports. And that's what this is. So you've got this cable goes into here, and then you get your, regular old school cigarette lighter output, or they call them accessory 12-volt car things now. They do also have a other one for input to XT60 for solar, which we'll get to. I was kind of disappointed that you had to use these adapters on here to get various things. So there's no other ports on this deal except for this. It's just that simple, because you need the adapters. And what I mean by that is, take a look at like the little EcoFlow one I've covered before. You do get all your ports and everything, but look on here. You do get also, cigarette lighter built right in. Party on the back. Yeah, you do get that on the other one, but then you get XT60 solar charging, and also that's like another input for like DC, etc. It just normal when it's on the unit itself. I thought it was weird that you had to use these different adapters, but maybe it's cheaper. Now I know they also have the ability to charge their drones from like DC to DC charging at a lot faster. I don't have the cables to charge the drone for my DJI drone. If you are DJI, you used them before, you recognize this. It's fairly close to some of what their drones are when you turn it on and off. You don't get any app to this. There's no other things to it, so you can't like put it in the cloud or do Bluetooth to see what's charging or not. Now, one of the big claim to fames is it says the output supposed to be 2200 watts. So we'll see what we can get out of this puppy on here. So this is the exact specs. It is a 1024 watt hour unit. So in real world, you wouldn't do this. So just wanted to see, I got the EcoFlow battery over here because it has a massive watt output. I wanted to see if we limited it to 600 watts. You can see we got 595 and we are running like 595 over there. So this wouldn't allow you to charge it and not overload a circuit. Like say if you're at a campground or whatever and you couldn't do some quick charging. But then if you had something, you could put 1200 watts. You can crank it up, and you can see we're going to jump up to 1183 and about 1190, 1187, so about right. And yeah, so it's charging up over AC power. This is this thick cord they do give you. It's a standard 3-prong that you get for like a PC power supply. So now we're charging it the other way. We're providing power from the DJI to the EcoFlow. I have the EcoFlow set to pull at 1800 watts. So this is currently an issue I've been seeing, trying to charge this they give you this little adapter that you have to plug into these special ports, and it does go to XT60, you know, like you've seen those on some of the FPV drone batteries and stuff. And so I wanted to charge this, but look at the issue. Get the green light. I'm using like a 200 watt panel right here. I've seen that like up to maybe 130, 140 on other units, but it just tops out like at 99. I think I've seen once it say 100. And I can take and plug it into this other battery, which I won't say the brand, and yeah, check out the sun. There's no clouds right now. It's full brightness, middle of the day. So watch when this fires up. You'll be looking at the DC input here. Yeah, you can see it's getting like 110, maybe 120 at times, once it kind of levels off and peaks out. Probably typical for this panel. So not sure, is this limited to only 100 watts using this cable here? So just trying out the USB-C here. Got the output of, look, it was up to right at 100 charging this Move Speed Energy Planet. I guess let's see how many other ones we can attach. It doesn't want to charge it. Does this port even work? I'm not getting anything out of this port. If I plug it in here, it works. Interesting. Okay, I guess this port is bad. Just want to see, make sure. Yeah, the cable does work. I think there's maybe like a 30 watt cable. Oh no, it's one of the 60 watt cable. So nothing wrong with this cable. I know it just limits itself at like 60 watts. So that leads us to, would you buy one? The price for a 1024 watt hour battery, I mean, I guess it's on par. There's some EcoFlow ones that are more expensive than this, but then they do have, you know, the built-in 12 volt output, the inputs, etc. This one doesn't have, but you got to get the other accessories. So there's kind of that pros and cons back and forth, but there's some other brands that have all that and are cheaper. So it really depends on, I guess, down to, do you want something that needs 2400 watt output? I know a lot of the other ones don't go that high until you get to some of the bigger batteries. So kind of think of that. And I guess if you do have their drones and you can take advantage of the quick charge ports for their drones, I can see that being very beneficial for you to get this box, especially if you're one of the DJI fans and just want to be the fanboy and keep it all the same. So that's gonna about do it for this one. You can find all the links down below for the products and things, and I do appreciate DJI for sending this for review. And that'll do it for this one. Y'all press all them buttons and y'all take care.